TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole. Let's see. Shit. I guess I'm gonna put this on. I have to give my cell pack new life. Alright. Let's do it again. Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole, here with Max Agora and with Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we're gonna be a Roman Reigns free day here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Well, one time that would actually be a good thing, Max Agora says, because everyone would probably get all ill of keep seeing Roman Reigns every Friday. You know, Roman Reigns saying the same old shit. He's unbeatable. He's unstoppable. He's a kin leader. He's a head of the board. He's a world heavyweight fighter. He's the overlord, King Kaiser. Yeah, well, you be saying all that stuff, Max Agora, when he's not around. You know, when he is around, you wouldn't be saying that stuff. Well, we do know that tomorrow on Rampage, we are going to see Roman Reigns, so he's going to make up for not being here today. And here comes Becky Lynch now, the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And she's got something to say. A long time ago, you folks used to love me. See, there was a time, a long, long time ago, when everyone loved me. When everyone wanted to be like me, and everyone, followed me and onlooked me and worshipped me and, well, not worshipped me, but But then something happened. I don't know what. The next thing I know, you folks are taking a side of every new wrestler that comes around. No need that any of these new wrestlers haven't been shown to be a leader. They haven't been shown, to be a draw like I have. And we're going to be earnest about that, because at the end of the day, I have been a draw. And you folks out there seem to believe that I'm evil, I'm bad, whatever the fuck you folks want to believe in. I mean, you got the right to your thoughts and beliefs. I'm not going to take that away from you. But I am going to say that you're wrong for that thought and belief, though. I left last year to have my child. And I was out of WWE, I was out of TWF for some time. And then when I do come back, everyone is like, Becky Lynch who? We don't really, Becky Lynch who? Who's this Becky Lynch? Do we really care about her anymore? Well, at the end of the day, that seems to be the thought and belief going around these days. See, no women wrestler, past, now, or upcoming, can ever touch me, and that's the truth. Like, I don't care what any of you say. None of them can hold a stick to me. None of them. And that's the truth. And I know you're going to sob and say, well, Becky, that's your thought and belief. You have no truth to it. Yeah, I got some truth to it. And the truth that I got is that no one can stop me once I get going in this ring. It's been shown to be true. When I won Well, no, when I won, I became, at the end of the day, you're gonna get my ring out for me. See my winnings out for me. At the end of the day, no one can touch me. Not at all. So who's the woman wrestler who wants to come out now and then get shamed? You say no woman wrestler past, now, or upcoming can beat you. I mean, Becky Lynch, you've seen it. You call yourself the man, but why the fuck do you call yourself that for? Alright? Why do you even do that shit for? Yes, I'll give you that you're a 4-time WWE Smackdown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Yes, you are a former 1-time Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Held it for almost, I'm going to say you held it for at least close to a year and a half. You won it, and yeah. And yes, you, whatever. But at the end of the day, you haven't, but at the end of the day, you behave like a bitch. And that is not right. Well, isn't this coming from a woman who spent most of her run in WWE from, well, let's say, you started here in WWE, what, 2008 YL, and left in, what, 2012 YL, or something like that? Well, you spent the half ending being a bitch. Yeah. But at least I had onlook for those I wrestled. You're nothing, Eve Torres. There's no way you're going to take my winnings away from you. And I don't care if you were, a former 3-time WWE Divas heavyweight fighter or not. I don't care if you were the former under overseer of Raw and the former under overseer of SmackDown one time. At the end of the day, you can't beat me. Because I'm the man. And no one can beat me. Well, I want to ask to unlike here. So it seems that Becky Lynch and Eve Torres want to wrestle here. They want to fight here today on Friday Night SmackDown. So I'll give it to them. Today, Becky Lynch, you will wrestle. Your World Women's Heavyweight winnings will be on the line, be on stake when you wrestle and fight Eve Torres. I tell you, Gail, you know what? You might have been a 7-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter, but that's nothing compared to what I did. Yeah, I know. I lost to Charlotte Flair. So did you once. I'm not going to let that besmirch my life or my day. I'm out of here. Well, we just heard from Gil Kim. We just heard from Gil Kim, the four-setter of skill dealings, the road follower, and the head of the TWF women. Now the Fight Lord is coming to the ring now, Michael Cole said. Great. And I wonder if Becky Lynch is just going to be a weakling and walk away, Max Agora says. Well, Max Agora, you did win the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings once, right? Didn't you win the World Heavyweight Women's? No, you never won that one, though. Corey Graves says, I think you should go fight Becky Lynch next and see if she ends up beating you. That would be so great. Corey Graves says, Becky Lynch is not going to walk away. This is for the TWF This is for the World Women's Heavyweight winnings. First, she is Eve Torres, and she is the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Ding ding ding. Now keep in mind here, Becky Lynch is a former W Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She is a 3-time W SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Actually, a 4-time W SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And, did you see what she did? She just hit Eve Torres right between the eyes. With that, right between the eyes, Michael Cole said, what she did to Bianca Belair in WWE. Yeah. I hope that's not how we're gonna this match gonna end here, Max Agora says. Well, Corey Graves says you win some, you lose some. One. No. Take that back. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner. And still the TWF Women's Heavyweight, still the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Well, now Becky Lynch is in the ring now after she beat Eve Torres. The same, yeah. So, did I just go the sure one? That I'm still the arse kicker and that I am the man? And I am still I'm still the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter? And no one's going to take this winnings away from me. Well, keep in mind that is not the up-to-date Becky Lynch doll, but whatever. It's her. Well, so what do you think about that fight we just saw here today on Friday Night Smackdown and how Becky Lynch beat Eve Torres, Michael Cole said. She beat Eve Torres the same way she beat Bianca Belair and the WWE at SummerSlam. Well, you're right about that, Max Agora says. You know, I just think it was, Michael Cole said, that's how she did it. But I thought it was a sad win. Yeah, you're right, Michael Cole. I really did believe that I thought it could be a good fight between Eve Torres and Becky Lynch. And I didn't think Becky Lynch was going to do something like that to Eve Torres, Max Agora says. But at the end of the day, I guess it is what it is. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Corey Graves says. Becky Lynch is still the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter, and she's beat Eve Torres, who, former three-time WWE Divas Heavyweight Fighter, but at the end of the day, it didn't really mean that much. I mean, it's not like Eve Torres is going to go after the man Becky Lynch again. Corey Graves said. Well, I do understand that Eve Torres is going to be I understand Renee Young now is going to be talking with Eve Torres. Corey Graves, this will be fun, says Corey Graves. Well, Michael Cole said you are right about that, but I do think Eve Torres will go after Becky Lynch again. And I believe Eve Torres is going to talk with Renee Young. Yes, Michael Cole, you got that right. I'm going to be talking with Eve Torres. Eve Torres, you are a former three-time WWE Divas Heavyweight Fighter. You are at least a 3 or 4-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Your match with Becky Lynch didn't go very well. Becky Lynch likes to say she's bold and fearless. She likes to bitch about how she can kick anyone's booty, about how she seems to think she's this great woman, everyone should onlook her. But how she's been behaving ever since she came back to WWE, ever since she showed back in TWF, it's not much to be onlooking. And she likes to bring up about how I went bad towards the end of my run in WWE, about the things I said and did, like when I shifted on Zack Ryder, how I was the under-overseer of Raw and SmackDown under Johnny Ace, how I was the under-overseer of SmackDown under Booker T, how I did all this shit, how I played Zack Ryder, how I did stuff, what I did to Zack Ryder and John Cena, all that shit. Alright? But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a creep, I know, I made mistakes. But I'm going to tell you one thing, Becky Lynch. At least I learned from my mistakes, something you never did. Alright? Yeah, there was a time, Becky Lynch, when everyone onlooked you. But that time is come and gone. You chose to behave the way you behave. You chose to do the things you do and to say the things you say. And you go around and guilt everyone else like it's their mistake that you did that thing. I'm going to come after you. And soon I'm going to be the World Women's Heavyweight Fighter. First time. And I know the World Women's Heavyweight winnings isn't as old or as well known as the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. But at the end of the day, I'm going to win that. So Becky Lynch, it might not be your up-to-date WWE doll. I don't care. You know, if I, you really shouldn't be calling yourself the man because you're not a man, you're a woman. You call yourself a bitch. Well, that was my talk with Eve Torres. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, we'll have to see if if Eve Torres fights Becky Lynch again here for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. But understand, before we go, we are going to hear from Gil Kim. Well, Gil Kim said, yes. After this, I am saying that Becky Lynch will face Eve Torres once again for the World Women's Heavyweight winnings. When that fight or match is going to happen, I do not know. And if Becky Lynch does anything to either get a track out, a throw out, or anything, she will have to yield up her World Women's Heavyweight fightings. Her winnings, I should say. So if you like it or not, Becky Lynch, you are fighting Eve Torres again. Well, that looks like it is all the time we got here for TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I'm Michael Cole for Max Agora and Corey Graves. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage.